Hey gang, Ed the Fed here, former special agent for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and host of the podcast Nature's Secret Service. If you've been following the case of Cody Roberts, the Wyoming resident who ran down a wolf with his snowmobile, then took the injured animal to a bar and tormented it before shooting it in a parking lot, then you probably know that he was sentenced recently after pleading guilty to felony animal cruelty. He was sentenced to probation for 18 months and fined about $1,400, including various court fees. Now, you might think this sentence is appropriate or too light, but one question you might be asking is whether Roberts will be prohibited from possessing firearms now that he's convicted of a felony. That would be a hefty penalty for a guy like Roberts, who's a Wyoming hunter. Well, under federal law, anyone convicted of a felony in a state or federal court is prohibited from possessing a firearm. Under Wyoming law, anyone convicted of a nonviolent felony is prohibited from possessing firearms until their sentence is complete. Once the sentence is complete, the rights can be restored. But, of course, federal law has supremacy over state law, so it should control here, and Roberts should be prohibited from possessing firearms indefinitely. It is possible under federal law for a person to petition to have their rights restored. The Trump administration has taken steps to make that easier in some circumstances. Under a current proposed rule, the U.S. Attorney General can grant restoration of rights to law-abiding petitioners. Interestingly, the proposed DOJ rule states that someone convicted of a felony involving animal abuse will be presumptively unable to have their rights restored. But they don't close the door entirely, and I got to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure a Wyoming Trump voter who killed a wolf would have a fair chance of overcoming that presumptive inability. As it stands, though, 18 U.S.C. 922 is the federal law that should prevent him from possessing a firearm indefinitely. So, if you're lamenting the lack of jail time in Roberts' recent sentence, take heart that he is now saddled with a felony record and unable to possess firearms. Not possessing a gun will be hard for him to do.